Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to continue with our program here in the main arena. We've got a fantastic display for you now. I'm going to hand over to Mark Callis from the Good Citizen Dog Scheme.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to our short demonstration on the Kennel Club's Good Citizen Dog Scheme. And we're going to take you right back to the beginning of the scheme where it all starts with the puppy and bronze levels. And we're going to start straight away over here with our first puppy group. They're playing at the moment, playing a very important part of the scheme, and at the Puppy Foundation, it's encouraged. But once play is over, we've got to teach the dog how we take the article away from them. So a good demonstration here of taking that article away. And play, again, is an important part of our training and progresses further. And we're looking then at puppy recall. We're getting the dog used to its name and coming back to us when we call it. So here we see the handlers calling the dog and backing away, taking the dog with them. Now, our puppies on the other side of the ring, they're getting used to walking on different surfaces. When we bring a puppy home for the first time, we expect that it can walk on grass, carpet, tiles, wooden floors. But these are all foreign surfaces to the dog. We have to get it used to it. So we're getting our dogs used to walking on different surfaces here. And we're also socialising our dogs. We're getting them used to meeting other people. So we've got a few people coming in here to meet our young dogs. They've also got to get used to meeting other dogs as well. So we have a gold level dog meeting our puppies for the first time. Dogs need to learn that there are other canine species in the world, not just them, and they can make friends with those as well. And we get them used to everyday noises. We've got somebody here dropping things like keys all over the place, loud noises that might make the dog jump, transistor radio to her ear. All these things we take for granted, but we have to get our dogs used to it, and we do this through the Puppy Foundation. Moving on to our bronze dogs, we're doing the walk-on lead exercise. Again, we think we get a puppy, put it on a lead, and it will walk. But we have to teach it to walk. We have to teach it to walk with good manners. So here we see the dogs learning how to walk to be a pleasure to have on the end of the lead, not pulling the handler. We're next going to look at the grooming exercise. These people are grooming their dogs, not just to make them pretty. We're checking the coat for any grit, any lumps and bumps, furs and bristles and things like that. And we've got to have the dog used to this. No adverse reactions from the intentions of grooming. And then we're looking at return to handler. We saw the puppy recall over in the corner just now. We progress this at the bronze level to return into the handler. So here we see the dogs being left off the lead with our instructor, being recalled just as they were at that puppy stage, recalled probably by the name, and then the dog returning to the handler. And on the other side with our bronze dogs, we're looking at walking on the lead through distractions. We looked at socialising our dogs at the puppy stage and getting them used to meeting people and different noises. Now when we take them out onto the street, we need to get them used to distractions. And we're now progressing to the stay on lead exercise. This is where we leave the dogs for up to a minute. Again, not being fazed by any distractions because they would have been socialised at a puppy age to get used to noises and distractions. And we've now got a gate in the middle of the ring. At the bronze level, this could represent your front door, it could be your car door. And we're looking at good manners when walking through doors. We want to make sure that they only go through as the pack leader first, and then bringing the dog along afterwards. We don't want the dog shooting through the door as soon as we open it. And finally, examination. At the bronze level, we have to get our dogs used to being examined. And at this stage, it's the handler that examines their dog, just as your vet would. So we see with our lurcher over here, just examining the eyes and ears and mouth, teeth, and all over the body, just as your vet would examine a dog. But at the bronze level, it's the handler that examines their own dog. And just like with the grooming, we're not looking for any adverse reactions. We're looking for the dog to be comfortable with these intrusions. And we would have started this at that puppy stage. Well done, folks. Right, we're going to progress that walk on lead a little further now because the Good Citizen Dog Scheme is all about having dogs out in the community, not upsetting anybody else. So we're now going to look at how we take the walk on lead out into public. So here we have a busy road, which I seem to be in the middle of at the moment.
Chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, what we'll do near, far, in a motor car, oh what a happy time we'll spend. Bang bang, chitty bang bang.
And here we see some very good crossing the road, but oh dear, there's been a slight accident. Very unfortunate for the dog. It wasn't restrained in the vehicle, and we've had to stop suddenly for the dogs crossing the road, and the dog that sat on the back seat, unfortunately, has been propelled through the window. Now remember, folks, cars can be replaced and repaired. It's not always the case for our dogs. So that is not a very good way to travel with dogs in our car. And the Good Citizen Dog Scheme teaches us safe dog travel. So we're going to look at that again, but this time we've placed our dogs in a cage in the back of the vehicle. You could use a harness attached to the seatbelt system. So off we go again. Lovely drive in the country. Oh dear, second accident in a day, but on this occasion the dogs are fine. Maybe slightly shaken up, a bit concerned about the noise, but they stayed safe in the vehicle. So vehicle travel, very important in the Good Citizen Dog Scheme, and it's something that we do with our dogs on a regular basis. Now, often we put dogs in our car to go to the park. So now we're going to look at how our Good Citizen Dog Scheme operates out in public and in a busy park.
Paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height.
We see a very, very busy park scene here, lots of things happening. We've got picnickers in the middle with their dogs, and we're expecting good food manners. We're expecting dogs not to come up and upset somebody's picnic or beg for food or anything like that, or to pick up any discarded food they might find around the park. There's lots of distractions as well. We've got other people walking dogs, people flying kites, children playing games. We've got push chairs, we've got prams, we've got trolleys. All these things we have to have our dogs get used to and not be distracted by. And at the moment we can see a very good example of all of our dogs using the park in harmony, not upsetting anybody, and getting on very well with everybody else. So a very good example of how we have good citizen dog schemes out in the community.
With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the high.
Right, now we're going to progress to an exercise that we call send the dog to bed. In the Good Citizen Dog Scheme, we're required at the gold level to send the dog to bed. Now, this is not a punishment. This is a safe place in our home where we can send the dog. It might be that some imminent danger has occurred in the house, a broken bottle or something like that. We're going to send the dog to where it can be safe. But for your entertainment, we're going to bring that to you as a bit of a game today. We're going to make it a race. So we're going to have 3 sets of dogs running against one another, and hopefully have 3 finalists to see who can be the champion, send the dog to bedder. Now, this is that time, folks, when you can clap and cheer and shout for all the dogs while they're going. It's very quick. It's over in a flash, so get your voices ready and don't blink. So, handlers, prepare your dogs. Let's make those beds, please. Right, don't forget, lots of noise. I'm going to say ready, steady, go, and on that go, want to hear lots of noise, folks. Handlers, this is it. Ready, steady, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 4.
Oh, nobody's gone to bed properly yet. Oh, no, it's the collie in the middle. First one in bed. Noah's through to the final. They don't quite do what we expect them, do they, folks? Beds are made. Handlers, send your dog to bed. Oh, and I think it's going to be this one. Very well done, folks. Last one, last heat. Make them beds properly, no creases. Shake out the crumbs. Oh, are we cheating? Handlers, send your dog to bed. Oh, and a good win on the middle there. Well done. So we've got our 3 finalists. So our 3 finalists back. Who's going to be our champion, send the dog to bedder from the Good Citizen Dog Scheme? This could be fun. Give them lots of encouragement, folks. Who's going to be our champion? Handlers, send your dog to bed. Let's make sure they go to the right bed. And it's a win on the far side. Oh, and somebody's very happy. That's our champion, send the dog to bedder. Remember, folks, sending the dog to bed is not a punishment. It's a place of safety where we can send our dogs. Now, food manners is very important to the scheme as well. We want well-mannered dogs out in public, and we want good food manners from our dogs. From a very early age, we start teaching them not to snatch food from us and how they should eat sensibly. And then through the scheme, we're looking to make sure that they don't pick up any rubbish out in parks or out in the street, discarded food and things like that. So here we have some food bowls laid out. We're going to have 2 teams in a relay race, and they've got to run around all the food bowls, and their dogs must resist eating what's in them. And I can tell you there's some very nice things in these bowls. But to make it even harder, the 4th dog has to do it off the lead. That could be good fun as well, folks. So again, give them a bit of encouragement. Handlers, it is a relay race. You can't go till the next one's back. Are we ready? Ready, steady, go. Make sure they're very loose leads. Loose leads, that's good. It's about neck and neck at the moment. Oh, I think this team just in the lead on the turn. Not sure who's taking who for a walk on this side. Someone's... Oh, did we have a nibble there? I think we've nearly had a nibble. And the last one off the lead now. Oh, look at that, Mum. Look at that. Hey. Yeah, that's an improvised weave, I think. Okay. Well done. We brought it to you as a bit of fun, but food manners are a very important part of the Good Citizen Dog Scheme. Now we're going to bring you something very special, folks. We're going to be having most of our dogs back into the arena. The exercise that we're going to do next is what we call stop the dog. We're going to be recalling some of these dogs and then stopping them as if an emergency has occurred. It might be that your dog's running back to you in a park and there's a maintenance vehicle about to drive through its path, but the dog's so focused on coming back to you it doesn't see it. We need to stop the dog. It could be that there's glass on the floor that we didn't realise when we first recalled the dog. So, handlers who are stopping the dog, could you please command your dog? Now walk to the other side, please. It's got up, Mum. Now recall the dog. Stop the dog. Right. 2 didn't quite stop and went back to Mum, but the dogs that did stop have done that very well. On command, they've stopped. It's going to be some kind of emergency, some kind of danger to the dog, and they've stopped. And as you see, they're staying there waiting. They understand that command. The owner will now return to the dog and secure the dog to continue on their journey. Well done. Good example of stop the dog. And finally, we're going to recall all of these dogs to the owners at the same time. We saw at the puppy about getting it used to its name, and then at the bronze, the return to handler exercise. We're now going to look at all of these dogs returning to the handlers with all these other distractions around them. So handlers, command your dog. Now leave your dog. Lots of distractions, lots of different people around them. Well socialized dogs, as you can see. Handlers, recall your dogs. And there's someone that said, I'll let the rush die down and then I'll go back to Dad. Very good. Give them a round of applause, folks. Excellent example of the return to handler exercise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, we're coming towards the end of our very short demonstration on the Kennel Club Good Citizen Dog Scheme. If you'd like to find out more about the scheme, you can find us in Hall 3 here at Crufts today, or you may want to visit the Kennel Club website, www.thekennelclub.org.uk. But for now, may I present the finale of the Good Citizen Dog Scheme.
What a great display. Well done, team.